Let's take a moment to dive into something that is not just important, but absolutely essential for our understanding of international relations in the 21st century, Bangladesh. It's a name you may have heard, but perhaps not fully appreciated for its growing significance on the global stage. Often, when discussions turn to South Asia, the spotlight lands squarely on India, sometimes on Pakistan, and occasionally on Sri Lanka. But within this dynamic region, Bangladesh has been quietly, yet resolutely, carving out a remarkable path of its own, a path defined by resilience, innovation, and an ambition that is steadily transforming it into one of Asia's most promising economic powerhouses. Startling as it may sound, Bangladesh is now the world's 33rd largest economy. This impressive standing is not just a number. It is the culmination of decades of hard work, strategic planning, and, most importantly, a vision for the future that is uniquely Bangladeshi. Yet, too often, the country is viewed only through the lens of its proximity to its larger neighbors, especially India. But why? Why, even now, do we tend to overlook Bangladesh's independent identity, its achievements, and its aspirations, instead of recognizing it for the force it has become in international affairs? To understand the answer, let's recall the story of Dr. Muhammad Yunus, a Nobel laureate, economist, and perhaps one of the most celebrated figures in South Asia. Dr. Yunus's pioneering work on microfinance didn't just lift millions out of poverty. It put Bangladesh on the map as a center for social innovation and economic experimentation. His achievements remind us that Bangladesh is far more than meets the eye, a place where big ideas are born and tested, often with global implications. The narrative must shift. Bangladesh is no longer a struggling economy in need of rescue. It is a vibrant, dynamic player on the world stage. Treating Bangladesh as an independent entity, one that shapes its own destiny, fosters mutual respect and opens the door for direct engagement. It's not just about acknowledging its existence. It's about celebrating its unique contributions to the global economy and the international community. Let's look at a concrete example that speaks volumes about Bangladesh's rising significance. Its call for foreign countries to open visa centers and embassies in Dhaka. On the surface, this might seem like a routine administrative request. In reality, it is a clear and assertive statement of Bangladesh's growing geopolitical and economic influence. By streamlining administrative processes and making it easier for business people, diplomats, and travelers to engage with Bangladesh directly, these centers would signal to the world that Dhaka is not just a stopover, but a vital hub for international diplomacy and commerce. It's about time we see Bangladesh for what it is, a sovereign nation worthy of the world's attention and respect. Now let's turn to the heart of Bangladesh's economic transformation, the ready-made garment industry. This sector is nothing short of a global powerhouse. Bangladesh is now the world's second-largest exporter of textiles and clothing, a testament to its robust industrial base and skilled workforce. In 2024 alone, the garment sector generated a staggering $50 billion in exports, accounting for more than three-quarters of the country's total merchandise exports. But the story goes deeper. This industry isn't just about numbers. It is about empowerment, particularly for women. Female labor force participation in Bangladesh has soared, rising from just over a quarter of the adult population in the early 1990s to nearly 43% today. Millions of women have found economic independence and new opportunities, driving social change along with economic growth. But the garment industry is just one piece of the puzzle. Remittances from Bangladeshis working abroad play a crucial role in the country's economy, providing a steady inflow of foreign currency and supporting families across the nation. At the same time, Bangladesh's manufacturing capabilities are expanding into new areas, from electronics to pharmaceuticals, making the country a lucrative destination for business and investment. The world community stands to benefit by recognizing and tapping into these opportunities, a true win-win scenario for all involved. Bangladesh's influence isn't limited to economics. As the second-largest economy in South Asia, it plays a vital role in regional development, trade, and connectivity. For too long, Bangladesh has been cast as a secondary actor, overshadowed by its more prominent neighbors. But this perspective is rapidly becoming outdated. By treating Bangladesh as a key partner, rather than a bystander, the region can unlock new avenues for collaboration, be it through trade agreements, shared infrastructure projects, or coordinated responses to regional challenges. Imagine the potential that lies in direct, equitable engagement with Bangladesh as a central player in South Asian affairs. Let's dig deeper. Are there sectors where Bangladesh could further enhance its global influence? Absolutely. Consider the technology sector. Over the past decade, the country's tech startup scene has flourished, with a new generation of entrepreneurs leading the charge in digital innovation. From e-commerce to software development, Bangladesh is poised to become a leader in the digital economy. The government's ambitious plans for a digital Bangladesh are already bearing fruit, with information and communications technology exports predicted to reach $5 billion by next year. By investing in technology and forging partnerships with global tech firms, Bangladesh can position itself at the forefront of the fourth industrial revolution. Sustainability is another area where Bangladesh is blazing a trail. The garment industry, once criticized for its environmental impact, is undergoing a green revolution. Over 200 factories in the country are now certified as eco-friendly by the U.S. Green Building Council, making Bangladesh a leader in sustainable apparel manufacturing. These initiatives don't just reduce pollution. They enhance energy efficiency and align with the growing global demand for ethical, environmentally conscious products. In this way, Bangladesh is setting an example for other developing nations, proving that economic growth and environmental stewardship can go hand in hand. Regional relations are also taking center stage in Bangladesh's rise. The country's Look East policy has fostered closer ties with China, leading to substantial investments in infrastructure and industry. China's pledge of $40 billion, including $26 billion for infrastructure and $14 billion for joint ventures, has powered projects like the Padma Bridge rail link and the Bangabandhu Tunnel. These projects are not only engineering marvels, they are also engines of economic growth, expected to boost Bangladesh's GDP for years to come. Bangladesh is also strengthening ties with its neighbor Myanmar, focusing on trade and energy cooperation. Myanmar's rich natural resources, particularly oil and natural gas, offer Bangladesh the chance to secure a steady and cost-effective power supply. Bilateral trade between the two countries is already on the rise and is projected to grow rapidly in the coming years. Participation in regional initiatives like the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, or BIMSTEC, underscores Bangladesh's commitment to regional development, disaster relief, and economic integration. As we take stock of these remarkable achievements, one thing becomes clear. The world needs to wake up to the reality of Bangladesh's potential. This is a country on the move, a nation whose identity, achievements, and ambitions are shaping the future of Asia and beyond. By shifting our perceptions and embracing Bangladesh as an independent, dynamic player, we can foster more balanced and inclusive global relationships. So, let's celebrate Bangladesh. Let's recognize its resilience, its innovation, and its leadership, not just as a neighbor to more prominent nations, but as a force in its own right, ready to take its place on the world stage. The time has come to see Bangladesh for what it truly is, a rising economic powerhouse and a beacon of possibility in the modern world.